Good afternoon. Welcome into Studio B. Adam and Russ at it again. And
Yes.
Russ, we're talking about a first alert Wednesday weather day, a FAWD.
Very good, exactly. Threw that Wednesday in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I love that.
That's what that extra W sound was, yes.
Yes, very good, very good. I couldn't have pulled that off like that. Yeah, we do. We've got it. One of the things we've been watching here is that, you know, yesterday, Sunday into our Monday, we had a lot of light snow, but it was a good amount of it. So what happens, you get those very fluffy flakes. They came down, some areas more sun of those. We looked at areas like Devil's Lake Basin, James River Valley, Carrington about 5.5 inches of snowfall, Jamestown about 4.5. You've got that very light snow now. It's sitting there. And we've got a cold front, a strong cold front, which is going to blast through the region overnight tonight through tomorrow. What that means is we've got winds going to be 40, 50 miles per hour, potentially in some areas. You've got all that snow blowing around. Ground blizzard, that is what this first alert weather day is for. It is for tomorrow. It'll start during the early morning hours, so if you're heading out, especially those northern areas, and you get going on the roads about 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, that's when we're going to start to see that concern. So again, we'll kind of move out of the way here. So we've got ground blizzard potential. Now again, one of the things with blizzards, and some people know this, some people aren't aware of this, is it's not really about snow coming down. In fact, you can have a blizzard with no snow coming down. It's just all that snow that's blowing around, so really strong winds. That's typically the bigger story with these blizzards. Wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour, blowing, drifting snow, and very poor visibility. In fact, near whiteout conditions at times.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, when you start talking about these ground blizzard events. So
This is a big one for the morning commute.
It is a big morning commute, but those winds will be strong throughout the day, so I think that's kind of that initial time period where you want to really be aware, give yourself extra time when you're heading out. But we're going to have those conditions throughout the daytime hours tomorrow. So we're going to start. National Weather Service has issued, again, a winter storm watch is in effect. All the areas here and shaded in yellow, that does include Fargo, Moorhead, that does include Grand Forks. You can see much of the Devil's Lake Basin, not all of the James River Valley, but the easternmost areas. And then it expands into the westernmost parts of Lakes Country in Minnesota as well. So it starts at 10 p.m. tonight, this watch, through tomorrow afternoon. You can see right here, blizzard conditions. So we could see up to an inch of additional snow. So that is something that we do have in place, again, along with that snow on the ground that's blowing around. Could see a glaze of ice as well. And again, the big thing here, gust up to 50 miles per hour. We'll have projections for a couple of towns for you in terms of what we expect with those wind speeds tomorrow and the timing. Also, areas shaded in blue here. Winter weather advisory through starts at 10 p.m. as well, goes through 6 p.m. tomorrow. Again, same sort of scenario. The only real difference here between the advisory and the watch is the wind gust. Wind gust slightly lower, 45 miles per hour in the area shaded in blue. So still very strong winds. So the expectation is all areas are going to have at least a potential for ground blizzards. So here's what we've got, again, often associated with an Arctic cold front, which we do have moving through, as mentioned, late tonight through tomorrow. Little or no snowfall, as mentioned, features falling temperatures and rapidly increasing wind gusts. And again, that's what's going to happen as this front moves through. Ahead of the front, winds not really that strong, generally out of the south-southwest. And then a big turn, a quick turn, winds pick up quickly, gusts. And again, 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, not uncommon. So we're calling for gusts as high as 50 tomorrow. Certainly there could be a few spots where it creeps up over that as well. So that's kind of the main thing here. We look at our wind gusts around the region. Now this is Jamestown. We've picked out some likely most impacted in the areas with most population here. And we take a look. Jamestown, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, wind gust of 44 miles per hour. By noon, 50 miles per hour, could even be on the plus side of that 50. 2 p.m. still looking very close to 50. And again, you kind of look at this forecast numbers. Just because it says 48 doesn't necessarily mean that's a very snapshot at 2 o'clock, which means we could still see wind gusts of 50 plus. Same thing for 4 o'clock. Again, winds starting to go down a little bit, but we're still talking 44, potentially higher than that. Even 6 p.m. tomorrow, 37 miles per hour. So there you go. Winds are going to be strong, as mentioned, throughout the day, starting in the northern areas early tomorrow morning and then pushing to the south. Here's what we've got for Fargo. 10 a.m., 38 mile per hour winds. Goes up to 45 at noon, 48 2 p.m., 47 4 p.m., 44 6 p.m. So again, snapshot wind gusts tomorrow, meaning there are going to be times where we could see 50 plus. That's kind of an hourly update every couple of hours there. One more location, Grand Forks, as you might expect here. Same scenario, mid-40s, upper 40s, right through the bulk of the day, down to 42 wind gusts tomorrow afternoon. So again, light snow in some areas, quite a bit of it on the ground. You got those winds blowing it around, creating very, very poor travel. And again, near whiteout conditions, you've got the potential for a little bit of ice out there as well. You've got about an inch of snow or up to it falling down in some areas. That creates very, very poor travel conditions.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is a type, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, that's not something I would call, but I can tell you these are oftentimes the type of conditions which will shut down roads, shut down highways. Are we going to see that? I don't know. Is the potential for that? I do believe the potential is there for that. Poor conditions in open areas, those areas, which a lot of our region is an open area, right?
Well, you mentioned the Grand Forks and Fargo you're talking about, because that highway in particular sees a ton of blowing snow.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, we're not going to make any predictions, but that, just based on things I've seen in the past, that does seem like a recipe for 29 perhaps, a no-go.
I was going to say, if you're traveling, think about those areas that you travel, especially if you're obviously going to tomorrow. Think about those spots that are wide open. Think about those spots that typically are closed, or in a scenario like this, those are the ones that obviously are going to be the areas that have the most, chance, the best chance, I should say, for seeing this. Again, blowing snow, poor visibility, really right through the day there tomorrow. One more, I think we got this here. We've got wind forecast, again, the wind speeds. And again, this is another graphic here, just taking you through the day, a different weather model, but you can see a lot of 30s, a lot of 40s as we progress. And again, these are stopping at certain time frames, certain hours of the day. So just a reminder there, once we get to about midnight tomorrow, notice those, and I say midnight tomorrow, meaning like as we get to Wednesday night, early Thursday.
Sure.
Right. And one more graphic I wanted to get to here, Adam, because this is also very important. We've got our wind chill forecast here. So we're starting here, we're going to stop right about, I believe, 9 o'clock. So look at our wind chills at 9. Fargo, 1 below. Full brunt of the front has not moved through at that point. You look at Langdon, we're looking at 21 below. As we move through the daytime hours, typically what do? You warm up a little bit. Not the case tomorrow. Right, we go to 1 o'clock. Fargo's now wind chill at 12 below, Valley City 14 below. You can see all the numbers. Go ahead, Roseau, Thief River, Fallston, 19 below in each of those locations. We head at 5 p.m. and again, you can see even more so some of these areas where the wind chills are just getting worse. So, with that in mind, as we kind of, I'll put this down here, I always feel like I'm holding some sort of menu, like what do you want to have?
If only you had the choice.
Right.
You would, I think I'll have the sunny.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
or at least a bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, with a side of warm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, first look weather day for our Wednesday, persisting throughout the entire day. Ground blizzard conditions. We already have the watch issued by the Weather Service as well as the advisory. Wind gust 45 to 50, even 50 plus, I think, at times during the day. So wind chills extremely cold. Snow blowing around, and at this point there's quite a bit of snow to blow around. Could see some snow coming down. Again, the potential for icy slick spots as well. So all that is a recipe. You talk about the poor visibility on the whiteout conditions. One of those days, I mean, it's a work day, right? People have to travel. So unless a road is shut down, and sometimes you just can't help it, you just got to go. Just give yourself plenty of extra time when you're traveling tomorrow. Be aware. Go slow. Just go slow, right?
Yeah.
That's why you want to give yourself the extra time. So, if the highway or the road you're on says 45, maybe you're taking it like 20 when things are rough. Something to really kind of help yourself, keep yourself safe as best you can.
Yep, and keep an eye on the VNL weather app, for any additional information that may become available. Just a recap for everybody in super concise terms. It's going to start to get cold and windy tonight. It's going to get really cold and windy going into tomorrow, and then it just seems like it's only going to feel colder and colder with that wind chill.
Right.
Super windy, kind of dealing with some visibility issues, and that's really all we got for now, huh?
Exactly. I will say, if we look at the positive here, once we get past our Wednesday, it's going to be very cold on Thursday. We're going to see highs in the single digits, low in some areas, below zero. But the wind is much less of a factor.
Okay.
By Thursday, we're looking at winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, which again takes so much of the issues that we are going to see, so many of the issues we're going to see tomorrow, takes them out of play. So tomorrow really is that focal day.
All right, good to know. Yeah. That's all we have for you for now. Adam and Russ at it again. We'll see you next time. Once again, stay with the VNL weather app. Everything you need to know when you need to know it. We'll see you next time.